Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to this first grade 10. Can you hear me, guys? Okay, so welcome to Lisbeth grade 10. So we were doing measurement. We are continuing with measurement. So we're going to look at an activity I have prepared for you. So we're going to look at that and see where we look at that. Okay, so let me just share my screen with you guys. Okay, so I have a question with me here. So this is the question I have. So you said Mr. Madikiza has just finished building a new house. So we were doing this, sorry guys, so we were doing this question yesterday. We looked at how to calculate the amount needed to make a single dress. So we did this, and I asked you guys to take a look at this question number 4 and 5. So this question number 4 is asking you guys, what is the total amount that she's going to pay for the embroidery? What is the total amount she's going to pay for the embroidery? So we have been told that for each dress, she's going to use 2 rows. Hopefully you're able to calculate that, guys. Okay, so this is the answer for question number 2. So we are told that she is going to need 2 rows. So you then multiply the number of dresses that she was supposed to make. So we found that the number of dresses that she was supposed to make was 4. And for each dress, she is supposed to use 2 rows. That's why we have a 2 here. So we are just saying 4 times 2 times the cost for each row. We are told that each row costs 12.55 rand. So that's why they got this as their answer. Hopefully you were able to calculate that correctly, guys. Okay, so let's move on to today's work. I want just to jump into today's work. So I have a question for you here. So the question is, Mr. Madikiza has just finished building a new house. He measured the distance around his yard and found it to be 90 meters, right? A fencing material is sold at 95.20 meters. That is 95 rand 20 cents. Okay? How much is the fencing material going to cost him? So we need to figure out that question for our activity. Okay, so this is our question number 1 for the activity. I'm going to show you the working for this question. Hopefully you will be doing this question as I'll be doing it with you. Okay, let's look at this question again. So we have Mr. Madikiza. He has just finished building a new house. He measured the distance around his yard and found it to be 90 meters. Okay, so guys, as you be answering questions, especially these questions that involve a lot of literature, as soon as you have information about the question, you just tell us, you just write it down. You just write it down, the information that you have. So we are told that we have a 90 meter width. That is the length of the. Okay, so unfortunately at the belay, you don't have an audio. So I'm not able to answer your question. If you have a question for me, I'm not able to answer your question. You don't have an audio. So I will not be able to hear what you're going to say. Okay, so just move on then. Sorry for that. Okay, so we are told that the perimeter to be covered with the fence is 90 meters. That is what we need. So I have just written that down. I have 90 meters. That's the information I have. Okay, let's move on to question number 1A. Okay, so the question says, fencing material is sold at 95.20 0.20 rands per meter. How much is the fencing material going to cost here? Okay, this is our question. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how we can calculate this question for you guys. I'm going to show you how we can calculate this question. Okay. Okay, so we have 90 meters as the perimeter of the men's yard, and we are told that the area we are told the total cost of a meter. So we are saying 1 meter is equal to 95.20. This is the information that we have. Okay? Okay, let me show you the working tool. So we need to figure out what is the amount for 90 meters of wire. Okay? So what we do is we are making use of the information that we already have. The information that we already have is telling us that 1 meter is equal to 95.20. We need to figure out what is the total value of this. So what we do is the same thing we have been doing yesterday, guys. We just make use of simple proportion. What is simple proportion telling us? Okay, so we put a 90 here. Okay? Meters and meters, we put them at the same place. Okay? So we have a question mark. Is it going to be more than 95.2 or is it going to be less than 95.2? Of course, I would expect it to be more, isn't it, guys? So I'll write a more here. Okay? So the rule says, if it is more, we say a bigger number over a smaller number. A bigger number over a smaller number. So we are saying 90 meters over 1 meter multiplied by quantity. The quantity is the one that is on this side. This is the quantity. So we have quantity, which is 95.20. Okay? Meters and meters cancel out. So we are left with what? 90 over 1, which will give us 90. Because 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into 90 is 90. So we are left with this now. So we now think 90 times 95.20. You need your calculators, guys. You need your calculators for this exercise. Okay? So we are saying 90 times 95.2. Okay? This is going to give me, okay, let me do the calculations again, guys. Okay. You have to correct me if I get this wrong. So sometimes it happens. Okay. Okay. So this is the value that, yes, the J drop. That is the correct value. Okay. Thank you for that one. Okay, so we have 8,568. That is the total value that Mr. Is it Mr. what now? I forget the name of the person. Okay, so how much is the fencing material going to cost you? So this is the amount that is supposed to pay for the fence. Okay, so this was part A. Let's move on to part B, guys. So part B says, suppose he has to put a pole after every 1.5 meter. How many poles we have to buy? How many poles we have to buy? Okay, how many poles will Mr. Matikiza have to buy? Will Mr. Matikiza have to buy? Okay, for us to figure out that, we have to make use of the 90 meters we have been told about. Okay? So we have to figure out how many 1.5 meters we can get from 90 meters. That is the question to be answered. How many 1.5 meters do we get from these 90 meters we have been told about? These 90 meters. That is what we are making use of. Okay? Let's go back to the question. So we are told that the fencing he has to make is 90 meters. So we need to figure out how many 90 meters does he have to make. Okay? So what do we do? We have 90 meters. I need to figure out how many 90 meters, how many 1.5 meters can I get from that. Okay? I have someone already give me an answer here. So this, I hope this is what you did. Yes, exactly. That's the correct way to do it.
Nancy Julius, that's mine. I know Nancy Julius.
Yes, 90 meters divided by 1.5. That will give us to what? Okay, to 60. Yes. You guys are really bright. I already have a lot of guys giving me the correct answer there. Zachary got me 90. Thumbs up for Zachary there. Okay, so we have 60 poles. That's how many poles he has to use. He has to use 60 poles. That's great, guys. 60 poles. I'm really proud of you guys. You're getting these correct. Okay, so you need to have to use 60 poles for him to be able to fence his home tent with these 60 poles with 90 meters of fence. Okay, let's move on to part. Is it part C now? Okay, let's move on to part C. Part C. Okay, part C is saying if the fencing poles cost 65 rand, the fencing poles cost 65 rand. If the fencing poles cost 65 rands each, calculate the total cost of the poles alone. Okay, guys, I'm sure you can just do this on your own. But anyway, for those guys who are training us now, I need to show you how to do this. Okay, so we have been told that one pole is costing him 65 rand. We need to work out how much is he going to pay for 64. Okay? 64. Okay. So again, I'm always going to use simple proportion, guys. I'm always going to use simple proportion when I can, so that it becomes easy for you. Okay? I have a question mark. Am I going to pay more for the 64, or am I going to pay less for the 64? Of course, in comparison to one pro, I'm going to pay more, so I'll write more here. Okay? If it is more, the rule says a bigger number over a smaller number. So this is my bigger number. So I have 64 over 1 4 multiplied by quantity. The quantity is the one that is always on its own. That is the side with the more here. Okay? More 4 and 4 will cancel each other out. Okay? 4 and 4 will cancel each other out. Then we are left with 60 over 1 multiplied by 65 rand. Okay? What am I going to get from that? What am I going to get from that? We have 60 multiplied by 65. Okay? These and that will cancel out. So we are now left with it. We have no more poles. We have no more poles here. So the only quantity that I'm left with is in rand, as you can see. So the value that I'm going to write here is going to be inverse, right? It's going to be inverse. So what is the value that I'm going to get? When I say 60 multiplied by 65, yes, that is, we have 3,900. Great work, Magida. Great work, guys. You're doing great, guys. Keep it up. Okay? So this is the value that he is going to pay for the post, for the 60 post. He's going to pay 3,900 francs. Okay? I'm really proud of you guys. You really essing this. Okay. Hopefully that is what you're going to do at the end of the year. Okay, let's look at another question. Let's look at another question I have for you. Okay, let's move on to question D. Question D. Okay. Question D says, calculate the total cost of fencing the yard. The total cost of fencing the yard. Okay, the total cost of fencing the yard is going to include the amount he has to pay for the post and the amount he has to pay for the fencing material. So we already have these values, right, guys? We already have these values. This one and this one. These are the two values we are going to use. So obviously, I'm sure you figure out that. Okay, so we have the total cost of fencing the yard. Okay, the total cost of fencing the yard, guys, is just the sum of these two values. Yeah, yes, it's just the sum of these two values. Yes, guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys are getting it. Labor got it. Okay, Ealing got it too. Okay, so for the other guys who are still struggling, yes, Jacob, that is the correct answer. So we are just saying 3,900. That's 8,568. So that's how you get the correct answer. So the correct answer there being, here we have an 8, here we have a 6, here we have a what? We have a 4, here we have a 12. So the total amount that you need to pay for the fencing is 12,460. This is the amount to be paid for the project. He has decided in this project he wants to fence his yard. So you have to pay 12,468 rand for the fencing and the posts. Okay. Okay, guys. This is what I have for you. Okay, let's move on to the second question I have. Okay, let's move on to question number 2. This was question number 1. Let's move on to question number 2. Question number 2. So question number 3 says, Jenny has started a decorating business and he has a contract to provide deco at a wedding reception. Okay, this is the question I have for you. Question A, the table used at this wedding are rectangular with a length of 3 meters and a width of 1 meter. Okay, the fabric she plans to use for the tablecloth costs 75 rand per meter, but can be bought in length smaller than a meter. Okay, we have that information. And is sold in rolls that are 1.5 meters wide. Okay? The bride and groom want the tablecloth to be hung at least 20 centimeters over the edges of the table. Okay? Calculate the cost of the cloth for each table. Okay, so this is the table that she has to cover. So this is the table here. Okay, so we have the table, and this is the tablecloth that is hanging on the side. This is the tablecloth that is hanging on the side. So we are told that it can be 1.4 meters. As you can see from here today, it is actually 1.4 meters. So we actually covered it in terms of the width of the cloth to be bought. Okay, let's move on. So he says, calculate the cost of the cloth for each table. Calculate the cost of the cloth for each table. So we just need to figure out what is the length to be used. Okay, so the length to be used, as you can see, guys, this is 20 centimeters. So we can leave again some 20 centimeters here. So the cloth we are to buy, it has to be, for each table, it has to be 3.4 centimeters. As you can see, it has to be 3.4 centimeters. Because we are saying 3.4 meters, sorry, 3.4 meters. Because we are putting into consideration these 3 meters, then we have these 20 centimeters, and we assume this is also 20 centimeters. So we just, for each cloth, we have a length of 3.4 meters. The width, we need not to consider it, because we are already told that the rolls that are sold at this shop are 1.4 meters. So we have 1.4 meters here. Okay. So we just need to figure out the cost. So you say, calculate the cost of the cloth for each table. We just need the cost for each table. Okay? Okay, the tablecloth used at this table are rectangular with length of that. Okay, the fabric she plans to use for the tablecloth cost 75 rand. So we have 75 rand equal to 1 meter. You have 75 rand equal to 1 meter there. Okay. What do we do next? Okay, so we are told that each meter is going for 75 rand, but can be bought at a length smaller than a meter. So we can ask for any length that we want to use. So from our question, from the table we want to cover, we are told that the length that we want is 3.4. Okay, let me show you how we can do this one. Okay, so we have 3.4 meters. That is what we want to use. We want to buy 3.4 meters for each. We want to buy 3.4 meters for each table. Okay, again, guys, this is simple proportion. We are always going to use simple proportion. If you can help it, guys, just use simple proportion. What is the information that we have? We are told that 1 meter is equal to 75 rand. So we need to figure out what we need to pay for 3.4 meters. Okay, so we have 3.4 meters here. Okay, I have a question mark. We have 3.4 meters. We need to figure out what is the value we are going to pay for 3.4 meters. We have already said 1 meter is going to give us 75 rand. We are going to pay 75 rand for 1 meter. We now need to figure out what are we going to pay for 3.5 meters. Again, the question is, of course, more. We're going to pay more than 75 rand. Isn't that? Okay? If it is more, again, the rule says a bigger number over a smaller number multiplied by quantity. Meters and meters will cancel out. Okay, now we are left with 3.4 meters multiplied by 75 rand. Okay, this means we have to pay 255 rand. This is the amount he has to pay. Yes, guys, some of you are getting it wrong. Okay, you can try it again, show us what you get. So here we have to pay 255 rand for each table. We have to pay 2.55 rand. This is the value we have to pay. Okay, let's move on to the next one, guys. Okay, hopefully you are getting these questions correct. Okay. Okay, so we are done with the first question. The total cost of the cloth for each table is going to be 255 rand. Let's move on to part B. This was part A. Let's move on to part B. So part B says, if there are 15 tables at the wedding, calculate how much she is going to spend on tablecloth. Okay, so this is simple, guys. Again, using simple proportion, we are saying one table is going to cost 2.55. What about 15 tables? Okay, so we are saying one table is going to cost that. Again, you have a question mark. Would you expect to have more, to pay more, or to pay less? These, of course, you would expect to pay more, guys. Okay, if it is more, you just say a bigger number over a smaller number, multiply the quantity. As you can see, guys, I know you can do it quickly. You can just say 15 times 255. But using this method, you'll be sure of yourself. You'll be sure of yourself, and you actually going to get most of the questions from these are correct. So we are just saying 15 times 255. Okay? Yes, guys, you get no. I think you miscalculated there. You miscalculated there. We are saying 15 times 255, you get 3,825. So the actual answer to this question is 3,000. We are saying this is equal to 3,825. 3,825, guys. 3,825. Yes, 3,855. So you have to be careful with your calculators, guys. You do have to be careful. I know you can do these calculations, but you do have to be careful with your calculator. If you get an answer that you don't think is correct, it's always a good idea to just do it again and see if you can get the correct answer from that. Okay, Zachary. Yes, that's the answer there. Okay, let's move on to the next question I have for you guys. Next question I have for you. Okay, so we are done with part B. It was asking us how many we got. Okay, so let's move on to measuring mass or weight. I'm sure you are familiar with the instruments that are used to measuring mass. We have scales, so these are the instruments that we have. I'm sure you are familiar with these instruments, guys, that are used to measure mass. We have a scale here, Then we have a bathroom scale that can also be used to measure. Mind you guys, there is actually a difference between mass and weight, right? You have to look at that. There is actually a difference between mass and weight. Okay, so I have an example here. So study the following picture of food on a scale and answer the questions that follow. So we have a scale that is showing us right around 600 grams here. There is rice in this lunchbox, and they tell you how much does the rice weigh. So you are supposed to look at this. Okay, so let's just discuss this scale that I'm seeing here. So this scale is able to measure up to 3 kgs. That is the maximum it can measure. Okay, and we're also given these small markings on this scale. So we can count, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 10 divisions from 0 to 200. There are 10 divisions. So that means each division is representing 20 grams. Each division is representing 20 grams. So we have 20, 20, 20, 20 grams for each small division on this scale. So you have to count how many markings is it pointing at. So from what I'm looking at here, I'm not sure if you can zoom in, but it's pointing directly at 600. So the lunchbox and the rice inside the lunchbox is weighing 600 grams. This scale is measuring up to 3 kgs. So it means it's accurate up to that. Okay, so that is part A of this question. It's saying how much does this rice weigh? So we are not being told the amount the lunchbox is going to weigh. So we just assume that it is negligible, the weight of the lunchbox. So we just say A, the weight of the rice weighs in grams. Okay, so we have 600 grams. This is the weight of the rice is 600 grams. Then it says, part B says, convert the kilograms, convert these to kilograms. Okay, again, guys, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but at the same time, this is the thing that works. Okay, whenever you get stuck, look at the information that you have, especially on question that requires one to do conversions. Remember the quantities, or look at the quantities that you are given. So in this instance, we should remember that 1 kg, okay, 1 kg, we should remember that 1 kg is equal to 1,000 grams. Okay, a kilo means 1,000, guys. That's what it means. Kilometers, kilograms, everything that says kilo, it means 1,000. So we just say 1 kg is equal to 1,000 grams. So this K is saying 1,000. So we like when one says 1K, so it means we're just saying what? Okay, sorry for that, guys. So we're having 600 grams here. So you ask yourself again, is 600 grams going to give you more kgs than 1,000 grams, or is it going to give you less kgs than 1,000 grams? Okay, you have a question mark. This is going to give you less, right? If it is going to give you less, it's different from what we have been doing here when was giving us more. Here it is giving us less. So what does it say when you are given less? The rule says a smaller number over a bigger number. So we are saying smaller number over a bigger number multiplied by quantity. Okay? Kgs and kgs cancel out. So we no longer have kgs. these two zeros and these two zeros cancel out. So we are left with 6/10 kg because this is representing 1. So we have 0.6 kg. Okay, 0.6 kg. That is the value of 600 kg in 600 grams in kgs. Okay. Thank you, guys. Let's move on to this next question that I have for you. Okay, so this says convert 2 kilograms. We've just done that. Let's look at another example I have for you. Okay, so I have here another question that is asking you question number 2. So this is question number 2. This was question number 1. This is question number 2. Question number 2 says, how much does this flour weigh in kilograms? How much does this flour weigh in kilograms? Okay, so as you can see, this flour is exactly at 1 kg mark. It's exactly at 1 kg mark. So this is simply and straightforward. It's just a matter of observation. Okay. Part A is just a matter of observation. We have here how much does this flour weigh in kilograms? So this flour is weighing 1 kg. That is the total value for the flour. Okay, so part B is asking us the value of 1 kg in grams. Again, we do like what we have been doing here, guys. So the situation is a little bit different, but we already know this situation. So we know that 1 kg is actually equal to, we have said that 1 kg is actually equal to 1,000 grams, because we said this is saying 1,000. So this is a kilo. Kilo means 1,000. Don't forget that, guys. Kilo means 1,000. So we just say 1,000 grams. Okay. This is pretty simple, isn't it, guys? This is really simple. Okay, so we will look at more questions that will require us to apply ourselves more. Okay, let's look at another question I have for you. Okay, so I have a question that says, how much do these sweet potatoes weigh in grams? How much do these sweet potatoes weigh in grams? How much do these sweet potatoes weigh in grams? How much do these sweet potatoes weigh in grams? Okay, so we have to look at the scale again. Like I said, this is where we are now making use of those divisions we talked about. We need to calculate the divisions. We need to count them carefully. Okay? So like I said, guys, since from 0 to 200, there are 10 divisions. From 0 to 200, there are 10 divisions. So we are saying 10 divisions is equal to 200 grams. This is what we have. 10 divisions is equal to 200 grams. We need to figure out how many for each division. So we need to say 1 division is going to be less. Okay? If it is going to be less, we say a smaller number over a bigger number multiplied by 100. So each division is going to give us 20 grams, like I said. 20 grams for each division. Okay? 20 grams for each division, guys. So we need to count now how many divisions do we have. Okay? So let's look at the question again. How many divisions do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 divisions after 200. So we have 200 grams That is from here to there. We have 200 grams. Then we count there are 5 divisions. So we need to say plus 5 times 20 grams. Okay, so we have 20 grams, 200 grams plus 5 times 20 grams, guys. 5 times 20 grams, 5 times 20 grams, we have 100 grams. So we're saying 200 grams plus 100 grams we have there will get us to 300 grams. Okay, 300 grams, that is the value for. So in other words, we are just saying the value for, yes, it is easy, isn't it? Yes, easy peasy. Okay, so actually we are going to be looking at more complex questions. We'll be tackling examination questions and stuff like that. So right now I just need you to familiarize yourself with these type of questions so that when we look at examination questions, it won't be that hard for you guys. Okay. So how much do these sweet potatoes weigh in grams? So it is 300 grams. Okay. Part B is asking us what we have been doing previously. Part B is asking us what we have been doing previously. So the easiest way, you can just say, the easiest way to convert this to grams, you can just say 300 grams divided by 1,000. This will get you to 0.3 kg. But at the same time, guys, you can also use simple proportion like we have been doing. We know that 1,000 grams, 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kg. The question is, what do you do when you have 300? So you ask yourself, is it going to be less or more? So of course it is going to be less. And the rule says, if it is less, we say a smaller number, over a bigger number, multiplied by quantity. So this and that will cancel out, this and that will cancel out. Then we are left with 3 into 10. So we say 10 into 10, that's 1. 10 into this, we have 0. 10, we have a carry 3 there. Then we have 3. So this will give you 0.3 multiplied by this 1 kg. So we just have 0.3 kgs. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is what I had for you today. Okay, let me see if I can get you some homework so that you can do while at home. You're already at home. So let me just, what you can continue doing while you're still at home. Okay. So I have a question here. So this is what we will start with tomorrow at 5. So I have a question here. It says, a lift in a shopping mall is a notice that it indicates that it can carry 2.2 tons of maximum of 20 people. So I need you to calculate this question, guys. The estimated maximum weight of a person. That is what I need you to do. So this is what we start with tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, guys. I enjoy teaching you. Have a great day.